everyone. You are now tuned in to Frequency Modulation 228. Welcome to the studio. On here we will be showcasing talent of all ranges and walks of life. We are here to bring in the future. So sit back and relax before the radio show. Yo, what's up, y'all? This is Before the Radio Show. TXNITRUE here. We got a super dope interview. We got Rich Brown up in the building.
What's up, y'all? This is your boy Rich B. Back here with my dog TXNITRUE up here at Anyone Can Drive Studios. Y'all make sure and peep this one out. Show.
Yo. So, what you been up to, bro? What you been on? So you got that your show going on and everything.
Yes, sir. Yeah, so it's Behind the Bars and Unfiltered, man. Shit, man. We've been grinding that out like crazy, bro. Like, you know, been sitting here pushing that a lot, lining up a lot more artist interviews. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be doing a lot more artist interviews. Like, I've been with the sponsorships going. So, you know, we're going to be getting that going as well, too.
Oh, yeah. What made you want to start the platform to give other artists spotlight?
Man, bro. Well, in the end, bro, like, you know, it started with me pretty much trying to put myself out there pretty much, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In the end, I really didn't intend to start a whole show, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't intend to start a whole show. I didn't intend to start none of that. Like, what I wanted to do was just pretty much do interviews with artists that I, you know, try to bring other artists and, you know, pretty much network with them and connect with them, you know what I'm saying? So that way, like, when we're doing these artist interviews, like, I sit there and show them my music, they can show me their music, and, you know, things can go to where we're like, hell yeah, let's get some music going together, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's kind of the way, how it started pretty much, so.
Yeah, that's dope, to make more networking opportunities.
Yes, sir, yeah.
It's not that hard I said that wrong. It's kind of hard sometimes to network certain ways unless you actually like go out and do shows and shit like that, because just reaching out to people on social media, you don't get to meet them in person or unless you already have music ready and you're both actively recording music and shit.
Yeah.
Or have open verses.
Yeah.
What started Rich B? When did you start making music and what was your inspiration?
I started making music back in like 2007. Like I said, 2007. I started with Infamous Records. So I was signed to my dog Spliff, which shout out to Spliff. He runs Spill's Barbershop. My dog Spliff, he hit me up one day and he was like, hey, let's get this. He hit my brother up, actually. You know, me and my brother were like, we started doing music when we were kids, like, you know, fucking around with tape players and all that shit. But, like, as we got older, we started progressing a lot better. So, when we started progressing a lot better, that's when he met this dude Spliff, and this dude Spliff was like, hey, I got a studio, do all this and that, so come through and let's do some shit. So, we pulled up, did the music, ended up dropping this track called Get It Girl with Spliff and his brother-in-law, Big E. And it did some numbers. Like, you know, we started getting recognized a little bit more. A lot of people started knowing who we were. And shit, at that time, I think I was only like 17, 16 maybe. So, like, you know, about 16, 17 is when I started.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you started like in high school and stuff.
Yeah.
Were you born and raised here in Pueblo?
Yes, sir.
Nice. Where'd you go to high school at?
South.
Yep.
That's dope. Yes, sir.
That's dope. So, did you like were you in band or anything in high school too? Or did you guys just end up getting in little groups, freestyling and stuff?
Hey, bro, and it started in pretty much freestyling in middle school. Like, we used to try to battle rap each other, because like around that time was when battle rapping was really starting to pop off, you know what I'm saying? So, like, people were, like, trying to battle rap all the time at school lines, school lunches, and all that shit. So that's the way we started, pretty much. Yeah. Well, it went from that to, you know, we didn't even give a fuck about the music afterwards. Like, we started worrying more about street life. Like, you know what I mean? I ended up just running around with all the little youngins that were doing dumb shit, you know what I mean? So that's what we did growing up after that. Yeah. But still, the thing that kept on with me doing the music was knowing how many people I did really battle rap. And it, they're like, oh, you fucking killed it, or
Yeah.
whatever, you know what I mean? So in the end, I started knowing that I was doing real good with my music, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I started getting recognized a lot with that. And then, yeah, man, like, shit, pretty much where it started was with middle school, high school.
Oh yeah. Do you have any like moments where you would go out in the like you said you go out in the studio? Do you have any moments from the studio session like you remember? Yeah, after that track, Get It Girl. Did you guys ever perform it or anything?
Oh yeah,
Before
yeah, man. We ended up performing it at. Actually, I posted the video on TikTok. There's a video of it on TikTok where we were performing that song. But yeah, I did that song. We did it at a car show at the big library right there downtown or midtown or whatever, right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a car show there, and we ended up performing like 4 or 5 of our songs that we did. But like we even ended up putting out an album with it. But like, damn, dude, as many album, and at that time it was just CDs. You know what I mean? There was no internet to play your music. There was none of that. You know what I mean? So at that time we were just printing up CDs, slanging them like that. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
sold so many of the CDs, we sold out of them, and ended up just losing a lot of them. You know what I mean? So
yeah. Was there any other notable groups that you could remember like coming up around the time when you were starting?
yeah. Well, around that time, I remember Coogee was around, so shout out to Coogee Kid. Damn, there was a lot of rappers at that time, bro. At that time, too, there was even, like, Droop Dogg. There was even, like Ken Dog, you know what I mean? A lot of the dogs at the time, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Bap Dogs and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Bap Dog, shout out to my boy JD. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So with do you have any upcoming performances coming up soon?
Yeah, I got actually we're gonna be performing at the Super Show, the Steel City Super Show down here in Pueblo. I'll be down there wrecking it again. I was just there last year, you know what I'm saying? So we did that last year as well. So
yeah. Dope. I haven't been to that one, but I've seen another.
Hey, bro, you're gonna have to go to this one because this one's gonna be pretty big. So last year, like, it was pretty dope because last year they had Desi Hollow there, and who else was there? Oh, it was Desi Hollow and my boy Kid G from Pure Devotion. Kid G was up in there, and then man, my dog K-Suno, and all of them, Skrills was out there, Skrillion, all them, they were all out there. So yeah, we were out there wrecking it that last year too. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'll be back there this year again. I'm actually gonna be actually pretty much I'm hoping the main opener for them for the big for like MB Riders and Brown Boy and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That'd be dope.
yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah. How did you get on those shows?
Actually, my dog Adam and his son AJ are the ones that run it. Shout out to VHO Productions because they're the ones that run it right now. So they're the ones that, man, I grew up with Adam around. You know what I mean? I remember Adam always being there, like, hey, what's up, fool? And every time we'd run across Adam, like, he always had a blunt. So what's up? Let's smoke. You know what I mean? So that was the plan at all costs with Adam, but. Yeah, I've known Adam since I was a kid, bro. So, like, with his son and him doing this shit right now, I think that's badass of them. You know what I mean? They're putting on a super show for the city that really hasn't been done yet. You know what I'm saying? So, it's pretty dope.
Oh, yeah, the car show, the car culture is definitely coming back. It's been pretty big. Like, the Rise Dispensary and, like, the other little spots around town, those local businesses.
Yeah,
I've been doing a lot of cool stuff with that.
Yeah.
I think is there so like with Anyone Can Thrive, we're really big on entrepreneurship and doing it yourself and being DIY and motivating others. Is there any advice that you could have or that you would have gave yourself like 5 years ago or even just now getting back into it, or like when you were getting ready to stop, like something that could have just kept you going where you get even bigger than you were now?
Yeah, man, I just would have said just keep going, bro. Don't quit, because I know for a fact, like I said, like I was telling you behind the scenes, I did end up quitting music for a while. You know what I'm saying? And when I did quit, that was kind of like, it seemed like it was the roughest part of my life because it was kind of hard for me to focus without not having something to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And then after a while, sometimes I would sit here and kick freestyles here, freestyles there, like, you know, just talking shit with all the homies or, you know what I mean? So, but like, once I got back into it, I pretty much was like, you know what, I'm taking this shit. I'm going to take this shit. I'm going to take this shit as it is. And I'm going to show everybody who the fuck I am. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, yep. Sure.
I feel that. That's awesome, bro. Some good advice. Who were some inspirations in your music that like help you in the creative process and like going towards what you're going for with your style and stuff?
Yeah.
Like artists, inspirations, music, anything else?
Hey, all right. So I'm gonna give a big first one to my dog Big Maya. Rest in peace to my dog Big Maya for sure. Big Maya was the one that pretty much like anytime he would because he was pretty much like a show promoter, all right? So my dog Maya, he used to put on shows all the time, constantly, bro, constantly. So when Maya used to put on his shows, every time he would put on a show, I would always be the first person he would call. And this was right around the time I stopped rapping, you know what I'm saying? Maya would always hit me up, you want to come perform? I know you still got I know you got it in you still, so come through, let's do it, you know what I'm saying? So like, it was like after he died, it kind of like, was like, fuck, bro, like I should have just listened to it, you know what I'm saying? I should have went with it, I should have went and did that shit, but in the end, like, it was cool because a lot of shows we did do together, he fucking showed me a lot of shit. So, like, you know, he's one big inspiration for me, for sure, because he was even, like, managing me at one point. So,
yeah.
And then, damn, who else can I say would be more of an inspiration to me? Shit, bro, Mom Dukes is sitting here toughening you out after everything she's been through lately, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to my moms for sure. And then my kids, man. I'm gonna say my kids for sure because when I started this music stuff, I started like when I came back into it, you know what I'm saying? When I came back into it, I kept like right before I did, I was telling my kids, your dad used to do this shit. I used to do this. I could kill this music. You know what I'm saying? I used to do this all the time. So I would jump in it, show them that I was, you know, I could do it. I would sit there and freestyle for my kids even sometimes, you know what I mean? Talking, messing around with them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when I would do that, they would be, oh yes, you know, yes. They didn't believe me. They didn't believe that I was as good as I was telling them I was. So I was like, all right, I'm going to show you guys. So I ended up just doing it, you know what I'm saying? So now they're seeing how I'm moving and they're like, man, you know what I mean? Maybe you were. So I'm like, I'm telling you, I was. I ain't going to play with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So them, like for real, they're more of my big inspiration as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome that you brought up those as inspirations instead of saying like Kanye West or Twista or something first. That's dope, bro.
Hey, and in the end, bro, big ups to I grew up on a lot of Houston rap, you know what I'm saying? So I grew up on a lot of like
DJ Screw, Fat Pat.
DJ Screw, Fat Pat, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, but mostly a lot of my inspirations came from like artists like, you know, like Lil Being. You know, a lot of them artists out there, like Lil Being, like I said, Shut Him Down, my dog Filetto, like, you know, I've even done tracks with Filetto, so that was kind of like pretty much living out a dream that I wanted.
Yeah. Little homie Filetto?
No, the homie Filetto from, he used to work with Dope House, actually.
That's tight. But I know another artist named Filetto, Steady Steppin'. You talking about him?
Yeah, now this Filetto, he pretty much produced a lot of tracks for Dope House Records.
That's
so
tight.
Every like a lot of the beats when they first started is what he produced. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For SPM's label?
Yeah.
That's tight. That's tight. Some cool inspirations. I really am inspired by the down south shit too. It's like what I grew up with. A lot was Big Mo, Fat Pat, Zero, and all that. Mainly Zero, like DJ Screw and them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a lot of inspiration for me too, bro.
Yeah.
Like on the real, they were really like a big inspiration to me. Like, and like, you know, I did grow up listening to a lot of like East Coast rap, West Coast rap. But it's like I was just saying earlier. We were on our way over here, and I kept telling her, I was like, damn, every time, bro, every time I'm about to go do something when it involves my music, Juicy by Biggie is always playing. Every time, bro. Like, even when we went to go do the shows up in Springs and Denver and all that.
Yeah.
Man, that shit was playing every time. Every time I do something, that song's always playing.
That's crazy.
It freaks me out, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah. That is crazy. Like, for me, it's I always hear old school stuff like that, too.
Yeah.
Or, like, if you like oldies or, like, a lot of, like Michael Jackson or like old stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like what's crazy is with them they used to say that like we're all collective conscious and we all can create the same thing and it's just like a pool of ideas. And like Michael Jackson said that when he didn't used to sleep and he'd stay up for studio sessions, and one night that he had fell asleep, Purple Rain was written by Prince.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his name at first. Prince.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you feel like was something that you want to focus on more going into this? Because like even me included, or a lot of us, we all have to learn every skill. But what do you think is something that like you want to hyper focus on eventually?
Man.
In the game, because we could rap, we could be hosts, we could run interviews, we could DJ, we could produce.
Yeah. Man, I just want to keep this rap game going, you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to let you guys know, like I said, in the end, my whole plan was not only putting Colorado out there, but, trying to be out there worldwide, period. You know what I mean? Because in the end, that's always the mission for everybody, not just for the home state, not just for the West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, down south. You know what I'm saying? It's for every which way. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, that is the first mission. Getting the box state out there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For sure.
Focusing on worldwide instead of just the local scene.
Yep.
What do you think is something that everybody could work on as an artist and for entrepreneurship? Like, because we all do need to start networking together, and you're building something that can be even bigger than what you're thinking it is right now. It's going to be a bigger multimedia network, and there's also, you're connecting with me now, and there's other people that we're going to be able to connect with. We're becoming dot connectors.
Yep.
What do you think is something that artists could work on to get into that, to network themselves, and so we could all grow together to go worldwide?
In the end, you know what I mean? Everybody needs to move, they need to move music a lot more if they're going to be in the music game, you know what I'm saying? If you're going to be in this music shit, you got to move that music shit as best as you can, whether it be with merchandise, whether it be with, you know what I mean, CDs, get CDs printed nowadays, do moves, make moves, you know what I mean? In the end, what it comes down to is making moves, because, with this behind the bar shit, I started this from nothing, just TikTok and just fucking around, you know what I mean? And in the end, I wasn't even gonna be going live on TikTok. My whole plan was to go live on 3 different platforms, which I was gonna go live on Facebook, go live on TikTok, and then go live on YouTube. Can't do the YouTube thing yet, but the YouTube thing's coming for sure. So what we'll be doing with the YouTube thing, I think what I'll do with YouTube is I'll be doing music reviews. So in the end, you know what I mean? There's another thing artists can do is make moves, make something happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I could say for sure is everybody just keep making the moves you're making. Do what you got to do. Keep grinding. Don't stop. Don't quit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Never stop. Never quit. For sure.
Yeah. And then take advantage of using all the platforms and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, your platform artists can go and take clips from it and repost it and stuff on their own platforms and shout you out, collaborate you, and then from that you guys will both be able to get other bigger opportunities too.
Yeah, that makes total sense for sure.
So what made you realize that it would be harder to go live on all 3 platforms? 'Cause, how it works.
Well, the problem with the YouTube thing was the subscribers. So, at that time I didn't have a lot of subscribers. Facebook, I tried going live to do an artist interview the first time on Facebook. And when I tried to, the live was cool, but getting them to connect with the live wasn't working out well. So
yeah.
Finally I ended up just saying, I'm gonna just try it on TikTok and try to see what it does with TikTok. Tried it on TikTok, and man, TikTok was the one that said, all right, we'll make this easy for you. And bam, it was easier with TikTok than anything else. So that's pretty much how it all started, was there.
Yeah. That's dope. We can make that some free game for everybody because seems like you can go on all three platforms, but it's better to dedicate on one platform and then have the other people come from the other platforms to your main platform. And then you could share the clips and the other content to all the other platforms. That's something that I just learned too, because I thought that it would be easy to be able to go live on all three platforms, but doing the reviews and stuff like that, it's not that easy. Like streaming a game and shit is different, but not actually having a camera plus a screen recording plus playing music and having to have the internet to do it all. It gets complicated.
Yep, for sure.
It could be a little hard in the end.
Sure.
Yeah. So how do you balance like the work life and music between everything?
Well, shit, man, with the work life, it's none of it's easy, bro. It's not easy, but I try to keep my music as distant as possible from the work life, from the family life, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in the end, I'll still sometimes here and there, and I'm like, I still got to work on this, I got to work on that, so.
Yeah.
But in the end, that's what it is. Like, I try to just keep it all distant from each other, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just do some, like, rapid-fire questions. So, like, favorite song of all time?
Man, favorite song of all time. Let's see. Damn. I'm going to say it's going to be my song. Song that we did it was Still City Boys, I forgot what we called it, Still City Anthem or something like that. We called it something like that, but show my song. But no, with a bigger name artist, I would probably say, this is going to be a hard one for me to answer because I didn't expect that one. But
I got a couple more.
Yeah, all right. So let's see. All right. I'm gonna say for sure, like with an inspiration, one thing that started me for sure would be Tupac. No, scratch that one. No, not Tupac. I'm gonna say Mo3 for sure.
Mo3 over Tupac?
No, not over. No, not
I was
over.
gonna say.
But Tupac was the start of it. I'll say for sure because Tupac was the shit.
Yeah.
Tupac back then was the shit, and my favorite song with Tupac, I would have to say, would be maybe Brenda's Got a Baby, because you know what I mean. That's legit story fucking telling. Like that is crazy. And like with Mo3, I would have to say Mo3 with his shit the way he did it though. The one song that I would say he did that is just like inspiring as fuck to me is that Second Chance song he did.
I don't think I've heard that one. I'll check that
Yeah,
out.
it's pretty dope. Yeah, it's called Second Chance. Like, it's dope.
What's your favorite early 90s or 90s, 2000s TV show?
90s 2000s TV show.
Could be anything too, like not cartoons either.
Dog, 90s and 2000s, I'd have to say early 90s. When I was little, we used to sit there and watch Tales from the Crypt. That shit was dope.
That's
Sure.
What would be, or what's your favorite sports team?
Shit, Denver Broncos all the way. I rep the home team, you know what I'm saying? I rep the home team.
Hell yeah. What's your favorite city in Colorado?
Shit, man. I'd say Denver for sure.
Denver.
Denver's the spot, man.
Oh yeah. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as Rich B? What do you want to do?
Man, I want to
What's the
release
brand?
more music, more albums, more working. You know what I mean? In the end, once I got started, I'm not gonna quit this time. You know what I'm saying? I quit doing the music back then. This time, I'm coming at it different, coming at it with more of a hustle. So it's gonna be continuously just grinding. You know what I'm saying? Continuously, regardless what it is.
Oh yeah. Do you have any memorable guests that you've had on the show recently? Some of your favorite guests, or like what's one of the best gems you've had so far on the show? So there's always some sauce you could pick up. Like, look, we threw down some sauce just a minute ago.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say one of the most recent ones that I had just dropped was with Danny Drinks. Danny Drinks' interview was dope, man. Like, and it was the 4th of July, so like, it was kind of like, fuck. We were I was running back and forth and cooking, and what I mean? It was unfiltered, like I said, behind the bars, unfiltered. But like, I did one too, like immediately after Danny Drinks, which was with Boss Bray. That Boss Bray one was dope for sure too.
Oh yeah.
And then, man, all of them, I would have to say, like even my homie Little R, shout out to my dog Little R, for sure. I just like, him pulling up like that, like, he's starting to make a lot of noise now too, so.
Yeah. That's dope. Let the people know where they could find you at and how they could support you in the platform.
Man, search me up all over, everywhere. It's just RICHB719. If you find, you should see my picture, or you'll see Behind the Bars logo. Everywhere you see it, it's RICHB719. My music page is even RICHB719. It is still on YouTube as well as RICHB719. You'll see probably one of my cover arts on there too. So.
Oh yeah. What's one thing you want to leave the people with, and then till we see you next time?
Man.
Let's get you back on here again. We get some other homies back in here again.
Yep. Well, let's just say we putting on for the Buck State. We really out here grinding, really out here making this shit happen. We ain't playing no games with this shit, and we ain't getting ghostwriters. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I'll say for sure.
Hell yeah. Well, it was Rich B, y'all. This was before the radio show. This was Tony True with Anyone Could Thrive Studios. Y'all tap in for their interview from Behind the Bars Unfiltered.
Yes, sir.
And check out this interview. Like, subscribe, follow, and all collaborators for more. Tap in.
Appreciate you, my dog Tony True.